Mufti, I and my girlfriend want to get married secretly. Let's bring them in live, both of them. अबे बैठ अच्छा अरे शादी हो रही है secret nikah. let's bring in both of them live. That see फिर class लेते हैं. Set these people. अच्छा, I want to get married secretly. Is it okay? Because we're not harming anyone. I should be a judge. We're not harming anyone, and our secret marriage is agreed by us, but not by parents. Yeah. You see, I've got a response on this before in much detail. But what I would say is that, look, these things, you see, people have to make a sensible decision. Okay. You see, I've said before, I don't believe things like mut'a are haram. I don't believe things like, I've got a detailed video where I speak about nikah with a wali. Is a guardian a condition for a nikah? Now, like you're asking in the question, the parents don't know, or they won't agree. I don't know. I'm guessing it could be one or the other. What I would say is that, look, sometimes parents can be unnecessarily stubborn. They can be very kind of dogmatic. They can cause a lot of, they can be like that. And I get that. And I understand that they don't have a right in that sense to stop other people from trying to live their lives. On the same token, what I would say is that, for some girls, maybe this is not for all. Maybe this varies amongst people. But look, if you have to be real and be sensible as well. Because you are taking a risk with this guy. Because I'm going to be honest that I say openly, look, most guys are dogs. Right, okay, so now I don't, if this is a relationship, like let's say a guy and a girl have an understanding that they like each other, and they understand that this may not go somewhere long term, and they want to be in a relationship, and they're both accepting of that. Like they recognize that, but they like each other and they want to be intimate and they want to have a relationship, like let's say for that period of time. Okay, as consenting adults, I would say fine. I would feel that the Sharia does give that permission to them. It's not haram in Islam. However, some people may not be that kind of mature. Especially, and I don't mean this in a way to infantilize people or to say that, for example, boys or girls are dumb. It's not an issue of being dumb. But sometimes, let's say a girl, and I'm aiming this at the girls because society is harsher, unfortunately, towards girls. So, if a girl is madly in love with a guy, and she's thinking that I'm going to do a secret nikah with him, and I don't care, my parents can go to hell, and they can go to hell, and they can go to hell, and, I'm just going to live with him, and we're going to, it's going to be heaven, but why can't he do an open nikah then? Why can't he just do it open? Why secret? Because she's going to say, well, because then there's going to be a backlash, and I just want to, I know this ain't going to really go anywhere, and we're just doing it like that. Okay, but then you are taking that responsibility because let's say 6 months down the road, he says, well, now this chaska is over. Chaska, boss, chaska. And he says, this, this kind of like excitement is now, now this excitement not too exciting. Now excitement need new excitement. So at that point, he's saying, yeah, I'm this. I'm not that, I'm a bit desensitized here. I needed somebody else. You see, and the problem is that may very well happen in these societies, in society, not these, in society, and you have to understand that you are taking on that responsibility. Now, if you are going to be crushed, if you're met with such a situation, then then this is the point that you have made that decision. So I would say that, look, don't treat these things lightly. I understand that in some situations, parents are just being so harsh unnecessarily, and you may have to make a decision in life. I get that. But I'm not so fond of the whole secret thing. But I understand that there may be situations where people may say, look, it's not a secret, but we're not, shouting at the top of our throats about it. And that's fine. But remember, you have to bear that responsibility. Like, I would say, let there be some kind of transparency. That, are you thinking, just in case you're thinking that, oh, he's going to stick with me through thick and thin, and he's thinking this is a spring term thing. And that kind of heartbreak might be devastating. And you might, and then you're kind of like, you don't know who to turn to. You don't know. So what I'm saying is just be sensible. Look, your decision is your decision. I don't feel people have the right to rob that from you. But I feel it's important to say, with that decision does come responsibility. Don't later on kind of say, well, oh my God, you have to make that decision and look at it. Look, worst case, I embrace it. And then fair enough. If you're happy with that, then that's what I would say. But be a realist. Okay, so that's what I want to kind of. So if a girl is happy to embrace it like that, sometimes some women may already be, for example, they've got mothers, they may have, they may already be in a certain lifestyle that they're happy. Like, they don't, they've got a career, or they're focused on business, or they're focused on studies, or they've got maybe children or a child, or they've, let's say, a relationship they've already had, it's over, and they don't mind having a relationship like that. Or maybe a good woman isn't even in those circumstances and doesn't mind. But what I'm trying to say is, if you are expecting this kind of vision of a knight in shining armor, and we're going to have all these amazing kind of, coffee with Bay, and in the Bahamas with Bay, and I don't know what ye Bay kahan se aa jati hai? Bay ji. Bay is what we used to say in our language. We say for mum. I mean, say ammi, but like Bay as well. Ji tusani Bay. It's like coffee with Bay. So all of this. So I'm just saying, take that into consideration, because if you fall, if you hit the ground, you're gonna hit it hard. So be wary. That's all.